Hey you guys. So last time, let's recall what we did. So basically we just created the FK module, created the joins and everything. Let's just create that one more time just to check. Just doing some research here. This one, not this one, not this one. Yep. So basically, just a second, let me position everything. All right, on this FK module 10 is just too much, 5 would be fine, and we have our FK module working and whatnot. One thing we had to do was to switch off the inherit transforms for these, which we can easily do here. If we go in our transform module, we have inherit transform, which we have created here, right? So let's just copy this, and just for the main groups, so basically input and output network doesn't matter, but for the guide group it's equals to 0. Let's copy this, controls and skeleton, save this, and let's try again. Smaller. Hey, why is it not moving? All right, delete this. I'm getting an error here. Let's see, what did I do wrong? Oh, there are two. All right, there were two brackets here. Let's reload this, works fine. Now if we see, move this, doesn't affect anything. That's how we want this to work. We don't want any inherit transforms, we just want plain, simple and clean connections. That's the main thing of our script. So all right, one thing which I want to talk about is like the default inputs for each module which we are creating, right? So for this module we will create some default inputs on our input network, because obviously even if nothing is there, we would still need at least a parent node, right? So let's say we need two, I think. Let me think about it. So basically, like, this is one, right? This is one. So here we are not getting any inputs, but for the second, if we see here on the base control, we are negating the first guide as well, right? So to do the same for our base control, here we are just taking this, right? First FK guide and this thing, what is it called? First FK guide and the, my god, we're just taking the guide, right? But we need the control, like the base control. Let me just create the main module for a second here. So here, for example, we have our, this is our main module, right? Should be pretty, like, it's a little small. We need to be like this big at least. So let me see what we can do here. For this master module, when we are creating the control, do I have a control size? I don't remember. Did I even add a control size in here? Create control. We actually don't have a control size, but we can scale the control, right? So let's say, and one other thing is which I want to check is in the master module, what are we returning? This is a master module. Are we returning anything? We are not. So we kind of need to return something after we create each module, because like at least this group and the control group, this control group, input network, right? I think so. And I have added the transform here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add input and output. So if you remember in the UTZ module we did object drag, right, for guides and everything, but here what we will do is, like when we are creating this nodes, right, we'll just add this here. Maybe I'll just add a to do here and add that later. Hash to do add UTZ output. This I can do later, but basically the thing is how we did this thing first, and how we connected our first and second, right? We have to connect similarly the guide of our master control, master one, this one, to that. One other thing which I need to add in my scripts is, if I go in my transform module, which is to do start to do scaling guide option, because right now the guide doesn't scale. Scale the guide small. I already added it. Yeah, it's already there, but to be honest we need an option as well from here to scale them. So all right, let's do this with hand first and understand what we are trying to do. Let me just scale the guide and control with hand right now, and we'll do the rest later. All right, and let's say the guide. One other thing would be to do guide color, because it's gonna get a bit confusing if you don't after some time. So let's say here for the control base group of second one, we have these three one matrix and these three, right? Similarly, let's create a setup for our first one, which is our main, this one, first base control group, which is right now getting directly from the guide, but let's add a multi matrix and the matrix from here. So how the input was, so for example the second one, the first the guide, right? So first will be the whole matrix of the guide, then second is a second guide which was the first here, but so for example the master guide, right? So let's add the master guides world inverse matrix, and the third will be the original control output, right? So our control output for this would be in the master control. So let's the control, sorry, something wrong was selected, control output. So the world matrix of the control output will go here. So now, as you can see, this moves properly with our world, right? And even if I use this thing, I scaled the wrong guide, sorry guys, not this one, but yeah, we can keep that there and then move it. So this moves like this, right? But one other thing which we need to add is to the connection of the guides as well. So basically this thing, the FK guide, first guide group will get the connection. Let's come here. We'll get the connection of Express before, get the connection from our master guide as well. I may have done something wrong here. This one, press 5. I need the names. So let's remove the shape. This is FK guide, this is the master guide. So right now, as you can see, I connected everything with hand, right? Like that directly, right? But how it should have been was, so right now when we move the master guide, it moves the master module as well as the control module. That's what you need to do. That's how it needs to work. So first of all, let's determine the things or the outputs we need from the master module, or even not that, but just try to understand what we need from the parent of this FK. This FK can be used as a tongue, as a neck, as a finger, what not, right? So what does it need from this thing, the parent of its? So if you just take these two things and do this, let's see what we're getting from master. We're getting this and this, right? These two things are the ones which we need, the master guide and the master control output, right? So let's say we need the guide input, control input. These are the two things which we need from our parent for this FK chain. To do that, what we're going to do is we're going to create plugs on our input group, and whatever is coming from here, right, we're going to plug it from this. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. So I have this utilities module here which has add wall matrices to output. No, not this one. Attributes, we have this add matrix attribute. Okay, so we're gonna use this. Let's go in FK chain. So after we have done all this, where is my, all right, this one. So get inputs from create inputs for parent. And actually, before creating any controls or anything like that, I'm gonna create this above all other things. This is guides, controls and skeleton, right? This is a basic stuff which we need before anything else, because guides are gonna get connected to this, and even the controls are gonna get connected to this, right? So yeah, alrighty. So where were we? Yeah, here. So attributes is tz dot add matrix attribute, and then the transform name would be our input network, right? And the transform name will be tr name. Oh no, let's see, transform name is this, then attr name, sorry, yeah, attr name will be parent, say parent control matrix, and the other attribute which will be here, in the day I'm using Linux and in the evening I'm using Mac. That just creates such an issue. Guide matrix, so let's try that. I actually don't want to delete any of these and just create it without that, so I'll just change the name here. FK chain, what is the name of the base name? All right, did I not? I should have made it like this, but that's all right. Camel casing, say. So it says C is not defined because I'm putting this at the wrong place. My bad. Okay, so now if we just go here and then put group, did it create the attributes for me? It did not. That's kind of strange. Oh, my bad, because like I did not reload the, have I saved it? So guys, I'm a bit slow today. Our industry is on the brink of collapse right now. It's a bit scary. Yep, parent control matrix and parent guide matrix. All right, so let's come here and first let's add the connection for our guide, which we saw here, guide group, which came from the world matrix of the guide. So if we just go here to the if I is equals to 1, pass, right? Where am I connecting this? I must be connecting them somewhere, right? Alright, guides are not connected like that. Guides are just parented under each other, so we can just take this here, this one, let's copy this and add this here. Don't need the pass now. So what we need is input network, parent guide matrix, which will be connected to our guide group, offset parent matrix, guide group, offset parent matrix. I like writing like this because it gets easier because of PyML. You cannot write like this without converting into strings and whatnot in CMDS. PyML does make stuff a bit easier, and some people say it's not faster, but I think maybe for FX it's not that fast, but for a normal rigging stuff it's pretty nice. I never found this thing. A script not fast enough to Alright, what did I do wrong here? pm.connect data input network.parent matrix guide. I have saved this. Did I reload? I don't think so. Yep, it got the connection from this parent guide matrix. And now the second thing would be to create this setup for this one. Let's remove this from here. We'll create this setup for our first one here. Let's come if I is equals to 1 right here. So similarly we'll create all these, remove the older one. Mult matrix name will be given from here. Just put this a bit here. So basically it will be, let me get that. Okay, the first one is guide world matrix in here. Once again, guide 0 dot world matrix, guide 0 dot world matrix, the mult matrix in 0, which we did. Then we need our input network, which we did here. So guys, gotta to do not disturb. GDS world matrix in pm.connector. Here we will have input network. Then we actually need to create one extra node here because we are taking the world inverse matrix, right? So what I'm going to do is create an inverse matrix, and because we're just getting this thing, right, world matrix, we're gonna invert it. So mult matrix inverse matrix would be same. All right, here we take input and output matrix, which is all right. Let me remove this for a second. Put matrix here, and world matrix of this here. Okay, this clears things up. Let's come back. Okay, so first of all we created a mult matrix, then we created an inverse matrix, then we connected the first guide to TAMPFK. Okay, first guide to the mult matrix first input, then we're gonna connect our input networks world inverse matrix, which we don't have, so we're going to use world matrix into our inverse matrix. You can understand this from here. I'm just writing and trying to understand myself. And here it won't be dot world matrix, it will be our master parent guide. It could get a little confusing sometimes, but I think I'm right. Sorry, 1 second. Hand is hurting, I don't know why. Parent guide matrix is here. Alright, this will go into the inverse matrix of this. Then we need to create one more line here for our inverse matrix. Output is the output matrix of this thing. Matrix output. input matrix will go into our mult matrix, which will be 1, the first input. sorry guys, this is the second, and the third will be the control output, right? The control which we are getting from or this one. Yep, that's the way. So copy that, this here, so input network dot parent control matrix will go into the mult matrix second input, which is all right, and the last will be the mult matrix to the control group offset parent matrix. All right, this was a little complicated, but let's test it out. Sorry, did I save it? Yes, I did. Reload and create. So let's check the guide first, which we checked before and was fine, but let's check once again. This is all right. Then it's our first control group where we have this matrix. Alrighty, this works just fine. All right, that's how it should. So now whatever we need to connect here, the parent control matrix and parent guide matrix, we're gonna get from our master one. All right, so one thing which I didn't pass to our this thing from our so if you see here on the output of the master group, we have master control output, but one other thing which we need from master is our guide output, which we need to put here. So let me just go in the code and master module connections, you add world matrices to output, right? So one other thing which we're gonna add here will be our output network main control. Here we have added, right? We can add guide as well. Guide is just one object, so like this. So let's do a new file and I'm gonna load this again. Did I save it? Oh my god, I literally closed it. No problem, just put this on the side. We have created our guides. Let's just make them a bit bigger for now, just to make it visible. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit so I can use this easily. Just rotated the shape so I can use that easily. And let's create the FK chain module. Now let's see in the output of this, we have our master guide, this thing. All right, so if we select this, let's select this and this, clean up. All right, sorry, output. So I have here the output of my master network, master main group, and the input. Let's bring the input of our this thing, FK chain. So we just need to connect two of these here, and that means our guides will be connected. So first is guide matrix of this thing and the control output world matrix. When we do this, that means between, if you can see just here, between the two modules we have just this connection, right? And let's try this. This should work just fine, which it is working just fine. I like that. So that's how you connect the modules. Feel like a victory here because this sure does was looking a bit complicated in the start. I'm not able to go to, yeah, now it's going. Start with this. I'm gonna move these like that. So now we have this, which works perfectly well. Right? Okay. So let's see subcontrols. Still gotta check this, but it still works just fine. Alrighty. So we did how we should have. We just created 2 connections and it's working pretty well. So yeah, let's see what's next. So the other thing which we need to start right now is gonna be the assembly. So that will be build rig, right? Okay, well, let me think about it. So we created our FKchain module, which we can easily connect with any other this thing module just by connecting to this thing. What does this thing? Just copy this in here. Alrighty. Okay. Save this as well. Alright. If I do this, shit. Get back up. Yeah. Yeah. Now we have this thing. Let's check this one more time. I'm not sure this works like a charm, but I would still like to check it one last time. Output of this, input of this, guide matrix is this one, wall matrix is this one. This is the FK guide. Okay, that's great. Scales properly, rotates and scales properly. I like that. Okay, we have everything assembled here. Now let's start creating the base rig group, which will be our, sorry, one second. Let's create a new file. Check assemble. So basically this will be, let's say, so it's gonna be like a template, right? Each rig is gonna be a template. So I was thinking like maybe I could just create a new folder for rig templates. What's this gonna do is I should rename this properly right now. What's this gonna do is this is gonna give me these things. We're gonna have bypass, props, whatnot, right? We can just create these templates from our rigs which we're gonna create. We just only have a master module and a FK module, right? But after some time we will have our for example spine, then we have a limb, we can have hand, whatnot, right? So yep, let's create a new file in here. This is gonna be prop. Let's call it FK prop. Alright, let me rename this once again, make it .py Python file, save this, and here we're gonna call these things. One thing which is really important to have is our returns from these modules which we are creating. which I did not create when I created the master module and the FK module, but I will add those now. Gotta remove this mask. Not returns, returns. So what are we gonna need to assemble the everything? The first and foremost thing is gonna be a base group. Absolutely. Then we will have our input network and output network. Every module will be same for this input output network. This is going to be same for all of these. So these are the main things which we need, right? Because all of the connections and parenting will be from this group, this and this. So other than that, we should not return in any data from a module. So let's go to our master module as well. Let's add return hash returns. All right, we have a base here, input here, and output here. Okay, let's assemble this first here in this thing, or what is it called, a Maya, and then is equals to class and f is equals to f class. So this one and this one so one thing which I was thinking about was here it's fine, master is always master, which is also all right, but whenever I'm gonna create these inputs, I'm also gonna say like so for example here we have this master guide control output, right? I should actually add two more which are called and guide output and control output. So I'm just gonna add that as a to do here. To do, I'm probably gonna sit and in 1 hour gonna fix all these to dos later. Add simple output for which will be used in all the modules and guide and control output. These two things which I think are really necessary to be used in all the modules. I'm pretty sure no one's gonna like use my rigging scripts and have issues with it, because it's obviously just a start and I'm just creating this to learn myself and like try to get a better understanding of all these things. I have worked on things like these modules before, but creating a full-fledged module from the start will give me a perspective on how, if I have to start something like this in a studio, how I should start and don't waste time just researching, right? So that's one thing. So let's say we created this thing, but it did not return anything for me. Did I not reload anything? Master module, FK module, save. Okay, now we have what we need. Okay, let's copy all this. Let's come here and let's see what we are writing wrong here. So in transforms module we have common which is this. So let's go here from dot dot from dot. Prop okay from the templates, not return place main. So main is not okay. Let me check FK module how we imported from common. This is main and that is common. One second, where did I got it. Should be under here, under my auto rigging framework. I have to try to find a way to hide this. I've seen hide in Windows, but I don't know why it's not here in this thing, Mac. Alright, from main import, what was the name of this module? Master module as master. Gotta do this properly now. Here I was just testing right. Import library. Let's move this up here. Maybe actually I should get the imports from here. Pyml.core. Not written a single line of CMDS in all of this. I just have CMDS in my control module because I use someone else's scripts to create this. Thank you for that, whoever you are. Import library, and let's say import library dot reload master, which we don't need right now, but I'm just putting a hash because that's better. From main import master module as master. Is FK fine or not? I think it's fine. That. Alright, let's add FK1 because like what if we need 5 FKs, right? So FK1 is okay. Remove that. Let's make a copy of this FK1 here, just to like keep it how we need it. We're not gonna create this as a class, obviously. Now connecting the modules. So first of all, m class is equals to master.m module, and then m class dot create master. This VM master objects, then creating master class. The next would be to create the FK chain, not hamster master. Creating the FK chain. Now we have our FK chain is equals to FK1 dot FK module, then FK1 objects. I went wrapping too fast. FK chain dot create FK chain. The name is 5. The base name is Sid, which is all right. Now connecting the modules. How we're gonna do is we're gonna say 0 dot let's go here. Just a second, this is the main program. -1, not -1, 2 to be honest. Output is gonna get connected to input. Alrighty. So here, 12 matrix of the guide goes to here. Control output goes to here. Okay. Gives us what we need. To okay, master guide goes to the FKF. Is it 1? It is 1, because like here if we see we have FKF 0 1 2, so for input it is 1, output it is 2. So that is parent guide matrix dot parent guide matrix, then to dot master control output world matrix is gonna go to our F1 dot control parent control matrix. Alrighty. Let's copy this here. Instead of M, it will be M objects. FK1 object instead of F, it will be FK1 objects. Let's save this. Time for the exam. Let's see how well did we do here. From how do we write this? Okay, so where is it? FKprop from rec underscore templates, right? Import FKprop fk underscore prop. Let's take a new file, or maybe just delete these. Okay, this looks good. The only thing which I want to see are the connections, and I like that. Pretty good stream, to be honest. Today I think I have accomplished my goal of creating a modular auto rigging system. So basically this we can do easily whenever we want. We want to add more FK chains, just create a duplicate of this and add that, save the rig. We can even create a script to just save the guide positions, load them back, like save them as JSON, load them back, which won't be hard because like we have GD under here and even have guide and as an object type, so that makes it super easy. So alright guys, the other thing which we need to do right now is to create the base rig group. From here, creating the master class, creating base rig group. Okay, so let's copy our base group will be, and also let's copy this from here and add this here because I'm sure we're gonna need it sooner or later. And str, need these here as well, would be good to have them here. tr.create rig group, make local. So if pm.object, do we have pm.objects exist? I don't remember that. Create a group, so this rig grp Actually, I want to give a name here, so I'm using base, but I will give a name here because for every um, rig type, for example, we create a hand and we need to import hand module, right? Or we have two assets, so it's always good to have a asset name before this. Which now what we're gonna do is, if let's see, pm dot object exist, it was obj exist, all right. True, okay. Basic group, then is equals to pm dot py node basic group, else create the basic group. And after all this is connecting the modules, then parenting the modules, pm dot parent, let's parent our master obj 0. I'm too excited to complete this, sorry guys if I'm doing this just too fast. This would mean 15 days or whatever I took to just start getting into this is worth it. I have saved this. Let's try this once again. Fkprop. Do I need to reload this? I think as f. Maybe I would need to add it to I dot reload f. I would need to add a this thing. See, a group got created which has these. You move it like this, which is moving right now, but master module we have to remove inherits like we did in this thing. To do remove inherit. Awesome, man. But still, what I mean to say is we are done with this. We have created a first rig which has a guide. We connected it, it's modular, and we can connect it like this. Attribute module, not the attribute module, what am I saying? Where's the rig template group go? Here. Awesome. That's how we can do this. So maybe I should create a class for this and load it as a class, or maybe just definition build rig. Okay, let's try this out. It's been some time I haven't loaded a file like this. It's f dot gosh, I should reload this actually. All right, I'm actually gonna keep it like this, f prop and I dot reload prop, reload it like this, like how we usually do for that. Copy, not copy the full thing, just copy this one, remove all these. Okay, and now fkprop dot build rig. This should build a rig. Very nice. Too happy to see this. My first auto rig from scratch. Alright, let's adjust the guides. Do some silly stuff, sorry. He's telling me to look away because I've been working for an hour without stop. I will look away. Sure. And now let's hide guides and joints. This means we have done good work. Amazing. It may be very simple and there is nothing big which I have done, but I do feel proud. Is there something which I have not saved? Alright, let's git push and we'll be done with our rig. Transform module, nothing in here. What did we add today? The connection. Okay. Any updates? So they have a big updates today, so I'm not gonna write here. I'm just gonna write here. First is FK chain added T2. What is the functionality? I'm just writing too fast. FK chain added functionality to functionality to use parent matrix. Then what did we do in master? Matrix and it returns master and it returns. Then for our FK prompt created a template group and FK prop template and assign us assembled it. Not many of these. I'm thinking like FK master updates comma what is the important thing, created template FK prop commit to main push origin. Alrighty, it was a good day. See you guys, have a good night. Where, how do I